Countdown has started.
There we go. Who's going to the finals?
Looks like
MK. Yeah.
Yeah, one member of each hit the side. You take damage, but you get a little bit of a boost as far as getting further.
Of course, the wonderful thing about MK's skin is it's red, so you can't really tell when he's registering damage.
Oh, it looks like MK's picked up that sign that gives you, or maybe it's a fishing rod that gives you digging power.
Oh, yes.
So right now he's just collecting dirt from beneath the house.
A little bit of arrow fire back and forth.
Now, Nika and MK are both very good archers, and I'm excited to see them in combat.
Oh! They tried to use the sign to get across, but didn't quite hit him far enough. Maybe he wasn't sprinting or something.
And Gramps was heading down to get some supplies and missed his jump and splatted.
Some early fumbles from both teams.
I'm going to go listen and see what they do to recover from that.
But yeah, still no bridge is being made across the gap.
Move to lane number 1.
I'm not sure the CBs had planned on building a bridge. Wow. iHibs was also knocked across with the sign, but he didn't make it all the way across. I think he was intending to make it all the way across. Not sure if he has enough blocks to make it all the way up. Bit more arrow fire at the bridge. Yeah, so both teams are kind of facing some problems now, not making it quite as far as they thought they would using the signs. Keanu was holding the digging power fishing rod, and looks like he has actually fallen and died.
Actually, MK has made it to the brick tower after getting hit across by one of the signs. So if he can get up there and get a good sniper position, they may be able to hold MuscleCraft back from making their bridge.
Is making his way up by just breaking sandstone with his sword. Keanu's retrieving all his supplies, which includes the sign, but he didn't quite make it. Yeah, bad news for MuscleCraft.
Off-Thor Blues moved to reps.
See, MK is heading down. I think he's gathering more supplies. I don't know if he's going to try and fire this cannon. It doesn't really aim towards anything, but I believe it does have TNT supplies at it.
I know one of the CBs ran ahead. I'm trying to find him.
Well, MK's still in the tower.
Oh, in the tower. Okay.
It is possible someone else made a
He's
run
just left
for
the tower, actually.
And he has the fishing rod of doom, so...
He's with Nika as well.
Looks like they're handing off the fishing rod. Give him a little boost.
A little up tap. iHibs is... It looks like he's operating the TNT cannon to blow up the TNT cannon for... maybe not.
Nika is using that fishing rod, and as you can see, it has... I think it's enchanted with efficiency 10. It just melts whatever you're on.
I see.
Or whatever you'd had.
iHibs is blowing up the tower, actually, for the CBs.
Yeah, they were able to rescue a lot of supplies from there, so it may not be too much of a problem.
Oh, I was just about to look in the chest. It doesn't look like there were a bunch of the gold swords, but not too much else that I saw.
Nika made a complete tunnel along the back of the area here, all the way to the netherrack section. Looks like they may be trying to set up a base in the brick hut at the very end, just before the netherrack section.
I guess he was using the... that's what he was using the fishing rod for, right?
Yeah.
Build that tunnel quickly. Well, both Nika and MK are making their way up to the volcano.
I mean, it pretty much gets rid of dirt faster than you can walk. Now, because there's two of them, they may be intending to apply PvP pressure here as well. This could be their intended lockdown point.
A solitary wolf finally built a bridge across that initial chasm. He's exchanging a bit of arrow fire, using some of the enchanted bows with Inun.
Nika has reached the top of the volcano.
Parker and Keanu seem to have some iron armor. Well, Keanu does anyway. Parker does not. He may be going for more resources. I'm not sure. But so it looks like MuscleCraft did actually take the time to get some of those resources. Oh, actually, now that I look at it, one of the CBs, Gramps, has also grabbed the iron, and he may be going down for a diamond as well. No, he's not. So both teams opted to grab the initial 6 blocks of iron in order to make a couple sets of armor.
I think Nika has practiced this volcano run because, well, he's already almost done with it.
Keanu's picking up some water. He may be planning to build a cannon elsewhere.
He's using lava source blocks to sort of swim through. There is a fire resistance potion at the top of the mountain. And he just sort of jumped down and was able to catch the right lava source blocks and not die.
Keanu seems to be building some sort of tunnel here. He doesn't have the... Well, this is interesting. Huh. It may be that he's trying to reach the chest around the bedrock? No, there's no way that's possible. I'm not sure what exactly is going on here. Keanu is doing something here, though. He's like reaching around around the wool box at the first wall here. But I think it is surrounded with bedrock. So I'm not sure what the point of that was.
Nika has retrieved the orange wool from the volcano. So that means the CBs have at least one wool.
He's placing water inside of the wool box. He's gonna be... I'm so confused right now. He's blowing up... Wow, he blew up the chest? Oh my god. This is an interesting strategy, to say the least. He's blown up the chest in the wool room. I think he may be grabbing items through the wall. I can't get in here. Yeah, it looks like he is grabbing items. There is a one high gap in the wall, and he has a water flow. He's using it to push the items to him. It worked. That is amazing. I didn't realize that there was a gap in the wall here that you could get to without going through the water dungeon, but he has just completely circumvented the water dungeon. Now, I don't believe this is against any sort of rules. Very interesting strategy.
I believe the rules say that you're not allowed to circumvent bedrock barriers by movement, by either carts or beds or ender pearls, but I don't believe there's anything about this.
I know you're not allowed to destroy your opponent's wool chest. I'm not sure there's anything in there about destroying your own wool chest. I doubt there is. But definitely an interesting strategy, and very clever use of TNT and water for Team MuscleCraft.
Now, it does save them time, but the second wool has historically been the most contended and the hardest to get in this map, so it may not buy them that much time.
It's definitely
especially
true.
Since the CBs already have the third wool.
Definitely true, but it'll free him up to help with the second wool for sure, rather than having somebody, having to spend a half hour, 10 minutes, whatever, on that wool.
So it looks like Nika fell out of the world. I don't know if he fell out before getting the orange wool out.
Now nighttime is about to fall. The teams will have an opportunity to set their spawn if they would like, and that is probably a smart idea.
It does not look like Nika made it out with orange wool. Because
I see orange wool placed on the netherrack section. So.
Oh, okay. Maybe he did.
They may have done a pass around or.
Yeah, I do see a spot for a pass around, but I didn't see them like tunneling up out of that. So maybe that was it.
I just got done checking out some of the teams, and it sounds like the team MuscleCraft has captured the cyan wool. Have you guys noticed any others?
The Caulk Blockers have the orange wool.
Nice. That's definitely more difficult to get to.
Do you know how they got the cyan wool dye? It's pretty good.
I saw something weird. I didn't catch it, but it looks neat.
Yeah, Keanu blew up the chest and then had some water flowing that pushed it through like a one tall gap in the bedrock. It allowed him to just pick it up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, very smart strategy. Solitary Wolf building a bit of a dirt hut for himself to avoid the arrow fire from MuscleCraft. Looks like this is Enoon. Yeah, Enoon's shooting him a bit. Something just blew up. I don't know if it was TNT or a creeper though. His bed is gone.
I think it may have been a creeper.
Yeah, because there are creeper spawners under here. His bed is gone, so I'm not sure he realizes that. He's taking some pot shots at Keanu. Not really hitting though. Keanu is heading farther down the lane. He's actually got some diamond boots now. I'm not sure where he got the diamond from. Oh, right, there was a block of diamond in the first wool room. Right?
Yeah, he actually stopped off and made those boots.
Yeah, based on where Keanu and I believe Ibs are, they may be attempting the second wool now.
Yeah, it looks like they are. They're underground. They have a chest here. There's a diamond pick. I'm not sure why they feel they needed diamond rather than iron for the pick, but maybe they just didn't have iron left over.
Well, they did just make a floor of obsidian, so maybe they're planning to have to cut through some of it.
That's a good point.
Because there's, is that obsidian or another brick? That's another brick. So yeah,
It's just another brick. But it's possible they'll run into some obsidian at some point.
Or maybe they just had it. I'm not sure if any diamond picks are provided in this map.
Checking at the volcano, it does not look to me like any of the MuscleCraft teammates have gone for the third wall of the volcano just yet.
And now that night is hit, it's overrun with zombies and creepers, so they may not be planning to head there until daytime.
Yeah.
Looks like both Gramps and Solitary are pretty well suited up now. One is a full suit of iron, one is a full suit of diamond.
Keanu is actually starting the second wool dungeon.
Yeah, most teams wait until they have a certain number of supplies before trying it because it is the most difficult one.
Well, Keanu has successfully walled off the first spawner area. Looks like he is not facing any PvP action from the CBs. He's going to be using some TNT to get through some of these materials. It looks like. I'm a little bit surprised about that. I think they have a diamond pickaxe. They can just mine through it.
And I don't think these are silverfish blocks. I think there are some later, but I don't think this exact set is.
Well, if it was silverfish blocks, that could explain it, or maybe they just thought it was. And not exactly sure, but for for whatever reason, Keanu is opting to use TNT. Maybe he just likes TNT. I don't know.
Everybody likes TNT.
MK coming back down the lane. It looks like he has spotted Keanu and is taking some shots at him. So this might slow Keanu's movement a little bit down the second wall chute.
Solitary Wolf has almost reached the cyan wall. I think he's got maybe one turn left in the water area.
Is he armored?
He is. I believe he has a full suit of iron armor. I mean, he did get creepered, but twice now. But he's still alive.
Well, I now see 3 team members from CB's heading. Looks like they're sort of heading back towards the second wall dungeon. They may be intending to run the dungeon and also provide some suppressing fire on MuscleCraft.
It looks like Keanu has only made it to the second turn, and arrows are starting to come at him. I don't know if those are from CBs or from the skeletons on the other side. I think that's Nika is trying to take pot shots at Keanu. He's pretty far back, but he does have a pretty good angle.
Still don't see any activity from MuscleCraft in the Netherrack area, Netherrack or Volcano area. So I'm not actually sure where they all are.
Keanu is walling himself up to avoid Nika's arrows.
Okay, it looks like Keanu may finally be receiving a bit of support from his teammates at the second wall area. Trying to find the rest of the MuscleCraft team, though. Not sure.
I see one of them. I see Ibs sort of at the start of the Netherrack section.
Okay.
And he's done with a creeper.
Looks like he angered one of the pigmen. Or somebody did.
He may have done that intentionally, because now MK325 is sort of trapped by pigmen.
Oh.
Zombie pigman apocalypse. Everyone dies in a zombie pigman apocalypse.
Oh my.
That may have been an offensive one. Gramps is also, Gramps from Caulk Blockers is now trying to run the second wall.
He's facing some pretty heavy mob action.
And also some pot shots from
also, yeah.
Keanu below.
The Caulk Blockers are definitely still confident, because they were actually talking about, hey, you guys, I think we actually genuinely got this, is one of the teammates' quotes.
Okay, well, they still have to make it through the second and most difficult dungeon, so...
Let's see if the CBs were able to get the cyan wall now.
Has MuscleCraft made that much of a push on the third wall yet?
I haven't seen any action there yet.
See, they'll be able to shut them down pretty effectively if they're... Well, Caulk Blockers should be able to shut them down pretty effectively there.
Ooh.
I saw a creeper blow up.
Yeah, but it's not a big deal. Keanu making his way back up for whatever reason. It looks like maybe he doesn't have enough supplies, or he doesn't feel like he has enough support right now from his teammates. There are 3 MuscleCraft members right in this area at the top of the second wall. So, daytime is approaching.
He could also be out of food.
Daytime is approaching. I'm not sure if everybody has set their spawn yet. I haven't really been paying too much attention to it. Yeah, I did hear some eating. You may be right that he just needed food.
It looks like MuscleCraft has not attempted to even walk up to the volcano.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not since the pigman incident.
I'm not sure why Gramps has left the area. He may also be looking for food or something similar.
Well, he did disconnect. He might be having some issues and is waiting for something to stabilize.
I didn't notice. Okay.
You know, chunks to load, that sort of stuff.
Alright, Parker in full diamond armor and also Inu in full diamond armor, poking their heads out. So it looks like they may be suited up for a very hardy attempt at the second wall. Actually, Parker may just be sniping. Yeah, both Parker and Inu seem to be just creating holes for themselves. Oh, no, there's going to be a cannon fire. Parker definitely building a cannon here. I always love to see cannon fire and race for the wall.
Let's see what kind of cannon it ends up being.
I'm guessing it's going to be one of the multi-shot cannons that they actually built before. Just multi-shot straight cannons.
Entered channel.
I do
Well, they
believe
fire
they're
straight
making it a habit here to keep the zombie pigmen aggroed, because right now MuscleCraft can't push on third.
Ah.
They're actually saying, pull back, pull back, pull back.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult for them. They may end up having to build a bridge over or something. Zombie pigmen are quite strong.
They're 15 number.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if their cannon shoots straight across, I'm not sure it's going to do that much damage. The CB's built most of their tunnel on the back side, so they're not going to be very exposed.
We'll just have to
They
wait
might
and
be
see.
trying to build that in response to their paranoia. They thought actually Caulk Blockers were building a drop cannon up here in the swamp area with that water that's dripping over the side. One of them was like, oh my god, they're building a cannon, they're building a cannon. But there's no one over here. Oh, I see the cannon they're building, though. Alright.
Well, they're about to fire, so interesting design. They're using levers instead of the normal pressure plates. I guess it's because of constrained amount of space.
And levers are cheap.
Yeah. Well, so are pressure plates.
They're going to use ladders, which means I think it's going to go too high.
Well, they may be trying to hit the surface. It's fired. Missed it. What? Oh yeah, it looks like they hit the surface. But it's gonna. Any future TNT is probably gonna land in water. I don't know if this is gonna be too effective. It lands right in the water. Kills a zombie, but doesn't really do anything else.
And they don't really want to hit the bedrock section because there's a chance they could take out some of the spawners and actually help the other team, which they kind of just did right there. They took out some skeletons.
They didn't take out any spawners, though. I don't think they can actually take out any spawners from that position because the bedrocks can actually protect the spawners. But yeah, they might take out some mobs, though. I'm not really sure what exactly it is that they're trying to accomplish with this. They may have thought that there was a cannon there, I guess, and well, I think they'll soon either think that they destroyed the cannon or realize that there was no cannon there and give up on that. Yeah, it looks like they're giving up on this cannon. That unfortunately that may just have been a little bit of a waste of time for MuscleCraft over there.
They even reclaimed the levers.
Yeah. Recycle. Oh! Wow. A lot of zombie pigmen surrounding Nika and MK. Looks like they are heading... I'm not actually sure. MK is moving across. He may be trying to get into a position where he can apply some suppressing fire.
I think he's waiting to see if anyone comes and he's going to punch a pigman.
Well, Solitary Wolf is also over here.
Oh, wait, he's looking at the volcano because they have updated some of the lava.
Oh, that's true, yeah. They are making a run here. Let's see who it is. Ihibs is making a bit of a run. Now, the zombie pigmen aren't aggroed right now. If if they were to aggro, he would be toast in seconds. There are like 30 of them right around him, but I'm not sure that the
MK's not going to know that.
yeah, I'm not sure the CBs can see all the zombie pigmen up here.
Right now I'm looking at the MuscleCraft side of the map with the lava that's been updated.
Yeah, the updated lava is pretty atrocious. It's gonna be really bad.
How did that happen? They
not
don't
sure.
even know. Caulk Blockers don't even know.
Yeah, I am not really sure.
Seems like maybe that dirt block that
I
Ihibs
think
is standing on right now, maybe?
Yeah, MK notices.
that shouldn't have updated any lava. Yeah, the only way to update lava in here is actually to place it next to it in the bedrock area. So he may have placed a piece of lava or a piece of something, dirt or something, and removed it. But it's going to be a nightmare now to get through this. He's updated basically all the lava in the volcano, which is not something you want at all.
Now there
Maybe he'll
are
make it
fire
through with a
resistance
big
potions.
potion. Yeah.
Even with that though, getting through this lava flow is going to take quite a while.
Pigman was hit. See if that was enough to trigger.
They aren't going aggro actually. Looks like they may not.
They're going aggro on Ibs, looks like.
Huh.
But not.
No,
Ibs,
not on
they're going
Ibs.
aggro on MK.
Yeah. That's interesting. I'm not really sure why they aren't going aggro on Ibs.
Yeah, it's just solid lava. I'm trying to walk through it, and it's just solid lava all the way through.
I think they're going to have a really hard time with this. They're going to need to collect a bunch of blocks and clear out the volcano manually, but it is a huge volcano. It's going to be very difficult.
Dodder_dwarf moved to lane number 1.
Alright, well, I'm going to check
Ibs
on
has
the
walled
progress.
himself up.
Going to check on the progress at the second wall. I see a sign on the ground. Looks like that may have been... Not really sure.
That cannon's about to fire again. Shooting lower this time. I think they replaced it with... others trying to push it out straight. But I don't think it's going to do much good, other than make a lot of noise.
Well, something has happened at the second wall, but I'm not exactly sure what. The CBs made it all the way down to the sand TNT trap, and it looks like they got the sand to update, but I don't know.
Oh, the water spilling over the edge probably caused that.
Oh, okay. That's true.
I think it's MuscleCraft side anyway, unless I'm disoriented.
Oh, maybe I'm... Yeah, you're right. That's MuscleCraft side. Yeah, the water spilling over the edge did set off the TNT trap. Okay, and then that blew up some of the netherrack. Alright. So Keanu is actually making his way down right now. He's facing some of the cave spiders. He's been poisoned, which is unfortunate for him. But I think he'll continue to make some progress. He's facing some arrow fire from above. I'm not sure
Probably
exactly where
Nika.
from. Don't see Nika, but...
He's on top.
Oh. Yep, there's Nika.
Looks like a
He's
second
coming
cannon
very
may be
close to
given.
exiting the lane. He was in some water. But he didn't actually exit the lane. Nika's wielding the flame bow. Pretty effective tool. Oh, maybe he's not actually.
If he happens to shoot through one of the lava source blocks, it can still set
Yeah.
people on fire.
Well, there aren't any...
Not source blocks, the lava blocks.
There's definitely
Does
some
it have to be
flaming...
source blocks?
No, it doesn't have to be source blocks. There's definitely some flaming arrows here. I'm not sure how they got set on fire though, because he's not firing a flaming bow. Another cannon
I'm
here.
watching Gramps right now, and he just jumped straight into the lava pit here at second wall, and I was like, "Oh God, why would you do that? You're wearing full diamond." And I realized he has a fire protection
Yeah,
potion
he has
on.
the potion. Now MuscleCraft is firing a cannon from the second wall across, again towards the marsh and again towards a bunch of water. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do any damage because the TNT is mostly just landing in water. Yeah, there's a lot of TNT flying across that's just not doing anything at all.
Yeah, this would be much better, you know, making a giant chasm for them to have to jump across later or something.
But it's not really accomplishing that because of all the flowing water here. The TNT is mostly just landing in that and it's not destroying anything. Cannon misfire for MuscleCraft, and their cannon didn't blow up actually. But
I feel like they should be using that TNT to try to clear out some of that lava. Then when TNT explode, it kind of gets rid of source blocks and whatnot.
No, not for lava.
Just warranted. Okay, you're one of the cannon experts. Gramps is making good progress here on the second wool. If they've got this, it seems like I imagine Solitary Wolf has made it out with the first wool by now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can go check, actually.
He certainly grabbed it. I don't know if he's made it back out again, though, based on his lack of presence.
Oh, Keanu just saved Gramps from a cave spider.
Yeah, I see a hole in here. Let's see. Yep, there's a bunch of cyan wool missing.
Oh yeah, there's cyan wool behind the their little tree hole here.
Okay.
And night is approaching again.
For the night is dark and full of terrors. Sorry.
What a horrible night to have a curse. Or is it terrible? Which one is it? I can't remember now.
I was just doing the Game of Thrones thing.
I was doing Castlevania too.
Alright, Keanu has almost made it down to the final turn. Now, the final turn is the most difficult. It has a plethora of mobs in it already. About, like, 20 Endermen. A lot of mobs down here. He's gonna
that last bit's just evil.
He's gonna have some problems trying to do it alone. He may be planning on using TNT to make his way through clear path. I'm not really sure, but
oh yeah, actually he asked for a lever of some sort or some kind of redstone torch or anything. He said, so
yeah.
That makes sense.
He'll have a hard time trying to do it without any other support. But there are also blazes in here, creepers. He's gonna need something special to get this done.
We have seen teams just gun it, just run it as fast as they can. And it should be possible to do a pass around method here.
Solitary Wolf also making his way down. He's on the second to last,
has been reset.
Third to last turn. Oh.
It's like Gramps may have tried to come around that corner and got knocked back into the lava pit and no escape. He just lost a full set diamond armor, diamond sword, all kinds of goodies. That's a big hit for Caulk Blockers.
He may have also been carrying another fire protection potion. Hard to say. Yeah, hard to see through all this water.
Dotted_dwarf moved to lane number 2.
Keanu has pulled out his bow and arrow. He may just be shooting the blazes so that they don't shoot at him while he's trying to do whatever he needs to do. But if his plan is to take out all of the mobs with bow and arrow, he may be here for a while because they will spawn faster than he can kill them.
He may need to go in there and suicide to take out the spawners.
Yeah, even then it's going to be hard to place any TNT blocks or anything in there. And maybe some torches. He's using water to kill the blazes, and it'll also kill Enderman.
He's going up high, which makes sense.
Yeah, definitely makes a lot of sense. Actually, that may be a good way around.
Well,
no,
the door is still at the bottom.
Does need to go down to the bottom, that's true. But he's avoiding a lot of the spawners, or a lot of the blazes and stuff. A bit hard to see. It looks like if he does choose to drop TNT here, it's going to cause some damage to the platform he's standing on, so I'm not sure that's really an option at this point. I'm not sure what he plans to do to get down, but this does look like something they've practiced. So I'm betting that he has a plan.
MuscleCraft were in a tight spot there. They actually, one of their players was killed. I think it was a Hibbs who had all the potions for fire protection potions on him. And it took them a while to find it, but they managed to do it just now. So right now they're regrouping. They're going to make a push for the third wool pretty soon.
And he could just drop the TNT into water, which would still cause the damage, but not destroy his platform.
That's a good point, yeah. Well, it's not going to destroy any of the spawners, though. That's one drawback. Although, he's not really in a position to destroy the spawners anyway right now.
He's going to need to thin the herd.
I'm surprised I have not seen anyone.
He's got some TNT about to go off. He may be, you know, he may be building something of a mini chaos cannon where he ignites a bunch of TNT and
it pushes
gets some of it. Yeah, gets some of the TNT to push other TNT into the spawners. He's used 2 levers. No, it looks like all the TNT he dropped went into the water. So it killed some mobs, but it. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not sure he's gonna be able to damage. And he's, oh, this may be something that they weren't counting on. Now he dropped some water down below in order to. I'm not sure. There was some water down below, and he removed the source block for that water, but.
Yeah, it's still pushing on the edge. They're going to need to drain all the
water
here.
The water is sticking around because of the waterfall that from the other water that they updated way earlier, and that may have been something that they weren't planning on. He has killed a lot of the mobs. I don't think he's killed any of the spawners, but he's actually cleared out a considerable amount of the area. I'm not sure when he's going to actually make his run though.
Yeah, if they do want that to work, they can patch it up. They do have, you know, just a few places they would need to patch to make that work. In fact, that may be happening now. It looks like Parker may be walling some stuff up here.
Yeah.
Unless it's another cannon that's going down.
It's not. The water that's there is not from the cannon, although that may actually the water from the cannon may actually be enough to cause it to stay. Because water has some funny behavior. It's if you don't update it right. Oh, he did take out all the spawners with that cannon, with the little mini cannon. Wow, I'm very impressed with that. He managed to get all of the spawners destroyed. I'm not sure how he knows that the spawners are destroyed, but
I assume he doesn't because he's still dropping stuff. I think he's just trying to get stuff killed.
Yeah,
so
he may just be waiting until there aren't many mobs left down here. I'm pretty impressed with this though. Very novel uses for TNT by MuscleCraft here. But they still have that third wool to deal with. And it is quite a doozy. I'm not seeing anyone in the volcano right now. So they may be gathering their supplies and fire potions and everything.
Keanu has just gotten the second wall.
Yeah, no activity over in the Netherrack area. They're gonna have to focus on a plan, come up with a plan for that third wall. I don't know if they planned for this contingency, but they're gonna need something special to get that third wall.
Dodder_dwarf channel.
That was resolved. I don't know if you guys were paying attention to the thing where looked like I can't remember who it was, but
Noon.
Yeah, Noon kind of got knocked down one flight of stairs. I couldn't see it from the right angle, but I guess the only way you could do that is if you went to the void lane. And as they were talking about it, he's like, if you think you went into the lane, you should jump into it and suicide. And Razzie said that he got hit into it by a pigman. And situation resolved.
Now, Solitary Wolf is taking a bit of a different strategy in dealing with the second wall dungeon. He's dropped a bunch of lava down, and he's going to try and use that to clear out the mobs.
Yeah, they may still have access to fire resistance potions.
Right.
Which means they could just walk through it.
The lava only flows a distance of 4 blocks though, so it's not really going to cover all the distance he needs it to cover.
Well, there's quite a bit of lava in the actual dungeon, though, and they have quite a bit of source blocks left.
Right, but he's going to have to make some slow progress to do that, I think. Let's see. Let's see, has Keanu made his way back up from the second wall dungeon? Don't see him. Oh! I do see some cannon fire, though. I'm not sure where it was from.
Keanu is still on his way back up. That may have been a fail cannon.
Yeah, that looks like that's what it was. Okay, Solitary Wolf definitely making use of those fire protection potions. Now, one concern with the lava is that it will not destroy the blazes, and that may be his biggest challenge.
Well, the blazes are mostly going to do fire damage anyway,
that's true.
which won't
That's
be
true.
a problem.
Now, although he's got creepers to deal with, he's still
Nice.
having quite a hard time, but we'll see.
He's wall the enemies off, but that's not gonna get him in there.
He may be taking the time now to grab the lava source block so that he can flood that area now. Yeah, it looks like that is what he's doing.
Oh.
His fire protection ran out, though, I think.
All of his items are gone now.
Yeah, they're probably in the lava.
Hard to say. Well, not anymore. He had a bucket for sure, a bunch of iron armor. He may have had more fire protection potions on him, too.
Dodder_dwarf moved to lane number 1.
So a bit of trouble here for both MuscleCraft and the CBs, but with different wool dungeons. CBs are having problems with the second wool dungeon. This lots of mob spawners and PvP dungeon, and MuscleCraft is having problems with the lava volcano. They've updated all the lava. And both teams need to get through that if they want to win. Get through their
Now,
respective
MuscleCraft
dungeons.
does still have 3 of the 2-minute 15-second splash potions at the volcano, so they can try to run it, but they may not make it out if something goes wrong. So they have like 1 or 2 tries.
You move super slowly through lava. I mean, there are some spots for pass-arounds fairly low down in the dungeons, and as you get lower down into the dungeon, there actually is a bit more maneuvering space. Just a little bit, though. So if they take it slowly, they may be able to make their way around.
But it doesn't even look like they'll be able to even make it back up the mountain due to PvP pressure.
Yeah.
I believe MK is guarding it jealously.
MK's in a pretty good spot for aggroing the pigmen too, because I don't think any of them will be able to pathfind to him really very well, and so he can probably just shoot one from wherever he wants, and he'll turn the pigmen into aggro mode, and he'll probably be relatively safe himself. So we may be in something of a stalemate for now, but I think the CBs have a little bit of an advantage. I think their troubles with the second wool dungeon are a little bit more manageable. It's still possible to get through here, and the volcano is just looking pretty dire.
And if we do get locked down for the full time, which is 2 hours from the start time, I believe the way the rules are written, the Caulk Blockers will win because wolves that are further away from the Victory Monument are ranked higher.
Really? Okay, I didn't know that was...
I believe that's the wording in it. That was at least discussed. I'd have to double check that.
I maybe that was part of the discussion. I'm not sure that's actually part of the rules. As far as I know, it's just the quantity of wolves after 2 minutes, and it turns into a sudden death to see who can get the next wool. if there is a tie, and that can include some cannon fire actually. So we may be later in the game. We may be seeing some cannon fire determine the match. Now I'm not sure. You may be right that that the farther down the lane, the more weight it has, but.
I don't know what killed Nika there. I think he may have actually slash killed.
Do you know where he was?
Standing right next to his bed. Probably just to refresh his hearts or his food then.
Okay, well at this point, MuscleCraft is taking the time to go up to their Victory Monument and place a couple of wolves. I think they may be doing this in case the match does go to the 2-hour limit. We're pretty far from that limit right now. I think it's been less than an hour.
Yeah, it's more than an hour out until we'd reach that point.
So, no particular rush with that, and they may be actually exposing themselves to losing those wolves to cannon fire without realizing it. But Gramps is just sitting in the tower, shooting. I'm not sure he's doing anything too effective here.
Dodder_dwarf.
Once again, I'm just sitting here thinking, why aren't these people breaking these spawners?
Where?
All these pigmen spawners, you know? They're everywhere. Break them.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
I've seen lots of teams before come through and take the time to break out a bunch of them, and they don't have problems with pigmen later on in the game. But right now, both teams are overwhelmed with them.
Well, I believe the Caulk Blockers are using them defensively. Or offensively.
You know, it looks to me like the Caulk Blockers actually may have taken out some of them. Yeah, they definitely did take out some of them.
So they have less of it than the others, but
they just want to. I'm guessing they just want to leave enough so that they can aggro the pigmen whenever they need to. There are quite a few though.
So both MK and Nika have, from the Caulk Blockers, have returned to the mountain, I assume, to prevent MuscleCraft from running it.
They got them locked down hard.
Ehibs is actually ascending towards the volcano here. He is not wearing any armor though, and he also just got knocked off by a pigman. That's one of the problems with the pigmen on the stairs here. They actually will knock you off pretty easily. And it looks like he was aggroed by a pigman. So once again, progress halted.
Right now, I'm sitting here with Solitary Wolf as he tries to work again on the second wall.
It looks like MK may have suicided to get a different position. He's heading back towards the second wall.
It's a very tight, semi-final match.
Yeah. Seeing some good strategy from both teams, for sure. It's always funny to see mobs just get stuck in lava or water.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I was just laughing at the Enderman.
So each team, in summary, for what's happened so far, each team has grabbed 2 wolves. The CBs or Caulk Blockers, both teams have grabbed the first wool. The CBs have also grabbed the third wool, whereas MuscleCraft has grabbed the second wool. So each team is now trying to move in on a dungeon that is pretty obstructed. Although I think that the CBs are going to have a bit of an easier time. They need the second wool, which is just a little bit more doable. The MuscleCraft have updated all the lava in their volcano, and they have to make their way all the way down this huge pool of lava. There are some fire protection potions, but it's not necessarily going to be enough to get them all the way down and back up with the wool. So,
And the pigmen are angry.
Pigmen may be the high scorers for this match. Yeah, I definitely see pigmen chasing down. Oh wow, MK and Nika both slain.
Oh man.
Twice in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
just
still
trying
feel
to
like
reclaim
they cleared
their
out
supplies, I
the
guess.
herd a little bit. They should probably kill some more of those spawners because they're getting owned by their own weapon.
It looks like Nika is doing exactly that. For some reason, he's
There's
not
only so
getting
much pigmen
aggroed
you can
by-
take. Oh, MK.
Looks like Solitary Wolf is finally getting back down to the
Now
second wall.
Parker's in full diamond, but he is being swarmed, absolutely swarmed by
crap.
these zombie pigmen. He was just taken out in full diamond armor. Yeah, I see a diamond pickaxe there. Yeah. In fact, 2 diamond pickaxes for some reason. He was carrying 2. But some redstone. Don't see any potions there. He was carrying some cyan wool. That may be their reserves of cyan wool. Some food. Yeah, but I don't see any potions in there. So he may not have actually been making the run. He may have just been trying to set up a base or something.
Well, the potions are actually at the top.
Well, there's another mob down here on Caulk Blocker's
some of them
side
are.
with all the zombie pigmen on it. It's focused in on Nika. Oh,
Yeah,
MK's
Nick is
got out.
not going to make it.
Yeah, MK was relying on them all being aggro on Nika.
We have the entrance of the third team in this race for wool match, known as the zombie pigmen.
Zombie pigman may just take it.
Team Zisto.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, Solitary Wolf making some good progress. Heading down on the second wall, but
And night is approaching again, so not only will there be pigmen, there may also be creepers and skeletons and spiders and stuff.
yeah, Solitary Wolf setting up a little bit of a base here. Or grabbing some supplies perhaps that were already here. He has taken out a bunch of spawners, which is going to make it a lot easier for him in the future. He may have been crafting something just now, I'm not sure.
Oh, Nika.
Solitary Wolf's shoulder is doing the customary wiggle.
I hope they get to that MuscleCraft's stash of diamond and whatnot that was lost to them by the zombie pigman horde. Or they'll let them claim it as a treasure, I guess, maybe.
Well, I'm thinking it may be a good idea for MuscleCraft to actually take the time to build a bridge over the netherrack at this point. It seems like they're going to have a really hard time actually making progress if they don't.
Here comes Parker.
And it's pretty far, but maybe more manageable than we're trying to do now.
Yeah, pigmen are
Keanu has
still
built a
mad at
little bit
them.
of a cannon, it looks like. Yeah, the cannon's ready. His cannon is ready to fire.
But he was shot by Gramps. Wait, no, I read that
no,
backwards.
Keanu shot Gramps, who I'm not sure where he was. I didn't see the TNT explode. Not sure where it went. Man, just
Parker.
I can just feel Parker raging.
Yeah. It's like a palpable thing. You can feel it like building kind of for both sides a bit.
Okay, Solitary Wolf making more progress on the second world dungeon.
Dottie_dwarf moved to lane number
Taking the
1.
time to actually light it up with torches. He has a pretty clear path down. I'm not sure why exactly he's taking so long. He may have not had enough supplies or something. Keanu may be shooting at, no, this is Nika, who is near the beginning of the rack section. Now I still see all those diamond supplies in the netherrack section. MuscleCraft may be able to retrieve them, but I'm not so sure.
They've got to be getting close to timing out.
Yeah.
It was day when it happened, and night's already half over.
Okay. Well, it looks like Parker may be getting ready to make another attempt on it, but the zombie pigmen are mad at him right now. So I'm not sure he'll make it too far. There's quite a few of them.
Hawthorne Blues moved to lane number 1.
MK is actually leaving the area now. For some reason the zombie pigmen aren't aren't attacking him, but I'm not sure what Parker's plan is here. He may actually be starting to build a bit of a bridge. Or maybe he's just despairing. Hard to say.
He could be stuck in the pain loop.
Yeah. Well, pretty soon his items will despawn, and that won't be an option for him anymore. It's a shame to lose that much diamond, although I do believe that there's still a fair amount of resources at the beginning of the map that neither team has reclaimed.
Those diamond supplies have despawned, along with the extra wolves that were there.
So MuscleCraft has 6 blocks of iron at the beginning of the map, and let's see. I guess both teams have claimed their diamond, most of their diamond at the beginning area. So that is where they got all the diamond armor from. Although there are still plenty of diamond ore blocks left back here. As the match drags on longer, teams may want to actually start grabbing those extra diamond and iron supplies that are at the beginning of the map.
The CBs have taken out most of their pigman spawners. Looks like they've only got a couple left at the bottom, and I think at the top there's that big mass of them. But of course, still plenty of pigmen around.
Yeah, because they haven't really killed them any. Although a lot of them are just kind of falling off the edge. Yeah, I still see a couple spawners, especially at the mountain area, or volcano area, but nothing too bad. Parker's playing a little game to see how many zombie pigmen he can get into a single area. Looks like he is trying to whack the pigmen and can't actually... Oh, it's just a glitch. Pigmen are appearing to go through walls and they're not.
So Solitary has made it back down to the bottom section, but has walled himself in from both enemy fire and from mobs.
Parker
So
re-aggroed
that wasn't Solitary.
the pigmen.
I think that might be Nika.
Sorry, you're saying Nika is in the second little dungeon?
He's just before the last turn. I mean, you know, where you have to go between where all the mobs are. And Solitary is right behind him. He's maybe, 20 blocks away. Slightly up. Clearing out some lava.
Yep, I see Solitary.
Oh crap, I think we're gonna see some trash talk here.
Does appear so. Oh no. Is he gonna follow it up? There it is. Now the match has really begun.
Hawthorne Blues centered channel.
A little trash talk between the team. Author, maybe you can clear something up for us from the official rules. When the 2-hour time limit is up, how is the winner determined? I know there's something to do with wolves placed on the victory monument. Can you explain that for us?
Yeah, once they hit the end of their allotted time, so since we start on time, they are actually going to get the full 2 hours. Once that time runs out, it's based on how many wolves are placed on the victory monument, and the team that has the most is going to win at that time, and if there's currently a tie on the victory monument, the match will proceed until that tie is broken, either from one team destroying the other's victory monument or from an extra wolf being placed.
Okay. That's about what I thought. Thank you.
No problem.
So, as we drag on towards the end of the 2-hour time limit, we may start to see some fortifications and cannon fire. That'll be pretty entertaining. We haven't actually seen any matches go that long. Of course, there's still plenty of time before that, and I don't think that we're actually going to get that far, but it might be pretty entertaining to see that does happen.
Yeah, it looks like the CBs are 2 of them are trying to get into the mob section here.
Oh yeah, they're making some slow progress here.
They've killed everything but the blazes.
Yeah, using some lava. Solitary Wolf appears to be on fire and actually taking damage from that. Some arrow fire from probably Keanu.
Oh yeah, he's got a really
Yeah.
high angle. Maybe want to wall themselves overhead if they can.
Yeah, he is actually able to hit them, I think. Okay, they have put a little bit of a wall overhead. I'm not sure that he can actually hit them now. And of course, this lava is actually going to light up the area by the spawners, which will actually prevent a lot of the mob spawns. So, at this point, once they kill the blazes, they may be able to make their way in. Oh, they've removed the lava.
They've pushed a couple torches though. And there's
Yeah.
an ender pearl. Doesn't really matter, but there's an ender pearl.
It's looking. Usually, ender pearls are pretty useful.
Solitary's
they have
run
lit
in
up.
and has disabled the. Actually, he didn't actually place any on there.
He didn't place them directly on, but I think it's enough to light up the area to the point where mobs are not really going to spawn.
He's having some blaze troubles though.
Yeah, and Gramps did die with him, but at this point, the fact that they've disabled most of the spawns is the important fact, and they should be able to, at this point, make some progress, even if it takes, another attempt or two. They should be able to get through here eventually. So things are looking pretty good for the CVs. Pretty bad for MuscleCraft. Don't have a lot of time left here, I don't think.
Yeah, they still haven't been able to make it past the pigmen army.
Solitary Wolf, it looks like he may not be able to get enough, oh no, creeper problems. May not be able to get his health up far enough. He's slowly making progress on these blazes, but it does kind of seem like the blazes are continuing to spawn. I'm not exactly sure. I see 3 blazes left. Let's see if we can do it. There's one right next to it. Ramp's having a bit more reaction problems, looks like. Okay, there are 4 blazes. I think the blazes are continuing to spawn. I'm not sure if he's killing them fast enough to... He may just be trying to run through right now. Looks like that is what he's trying to do. He is in the wool room. He's walled himself in, so... Yeah, it looks like he's just going to try and make a blitz in and blitz out.
He may try to pass around some wool too. It is possible to do it here.
That would probably be pretty smart. Although, actually, that is not going to be really possible because there's lava blocking the pass around.
He's doing something.
He's breaking a bunch of glass, but he's just not going to be able to get the pass around done. In order to do the pass around, you have to go a little bit into the void lane, and the lava is just going to stop. Unless he has a fire protection potion or something.
Of course, then he can't see what he's doing.
Right. So, yeah, I think Solitaire is just going to clear away a couple of these blazes if he can, and then try and run through. One of the Endermen may be aggroed on. One of the Endermen is just making a lot of noise. Oh, it was something. Alright, we'll have to see what Solitary Wolf's plan for getting out of here is. You can take his time. I don't think he's in any danger of MuscleCraft completing the map.
Actually, Anoon is swimming in the lava and is getting shot at.
So Solitary Wolf is using a bit of lava to actually create some flow for the blazes to get caught in and pushed off to the side. It's kind of working, but not quite well enough. He's cleared away a lot of the blazes now, and there's a couple new ones spawning, but I think he has enough room that he can actually just make his way through, blitz through. I'm not sure if there's much MuscleCraft can do at this point. They may...
Yeah, Anoon
try and build
was
cannon.
swimming in the lava, but he was shot by MK.
Gramps is
About
trying
halfway
to
down.
Gramps is trying to dig down so that he can get a good angle on Solitary.
Looks like Solitaire may be trying to leave from the top, like sort of build a small bridge over, maybe.
I'm not sure. You could actually use these Ender Pearls. That'd be pretty helpful.
Yeah, if you could hit the wall and run. Of course, it's still pretty risky. Might also be waiting for some relief from his teammates.
Although all the blazes are... Okay, actually, Ender Pearls will hit mobs and teleport you to their locations, so the fact that there's so many mobs sitting in front of his little window may prevent him from using Ender Pearls. It's still very difficult for Solitary Wolf to get out here. He may need a bit more support. Bit more support from his team. It actually kind of looks like the CBs are intentionally adding some water. No, never mind. Parker may have just been firing a cannon. But it creates a little bit of a water curtain, which makes it a little bit harder for MuscleCraft to target and hit anyone inside.
And the blazes can touch it and get sucked up into the water and die.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, if Solitary had a bucket of water right now, that would be pretty handy. Be able to use that to damage the blazes. Just making
Would also help
progress.
Not be on fire as much.
Yeah. It may be a while till he feels comfortable. I don't think he's killing the blazes fast enough for them to actually decrease in numbers. So
there's only a couple left.
Yeah, but they've been constantly respawning.
If you can get these two out, or once you just run it, you can probably make it through.
Yeah, I think you could probably just run it right now, but there's more spawning. So yeah, there's two more. Oh, okay. There's actually some blazes sort of on the other side of the bedrock wall from him that he will encounter as he's running back. So it'll be difficult for him, but he has time. He can wait for support from his teammates if he needs to. Although I'm not sure.
Which may be what he actually is waiting for.
If he was waiting for that, then I don't think he would be firing arrows because he would be.
We'll keep the herd thinned down.
Ehibs is just waiting with his bow drawn. He wants to get a shot off. Oh. Solitary Wolf actually has broken out from his cage, his fleecy box, and he may be waiting to regen some food, but he's holding that wool, and it looks like he may make some progress soon. Actually, oh,
he
Gramps.
placed him down in there too.
Gramps was trying to meet him, but he fell into lava. Yeah, he has placed a couple blocks of.
Though I think one of them's going to catch on fire eventually.
Yeah, maybe. Oh. Bad news. He had a lot of the armor, and they have to make their way back down there now in order to grab that green wool. Now
Unfortunately, they don't have to go back into the nasty room.
Right, so, but there are still some blazes actually guarding that, and there's a bunch of lava. They may need to pick up that lava as they're making their way down in order not to hit that. So, slow progress, but steady progress for the CBs. Now, there actually aren't a lot of zombie pigmen now on the MuscleCraft side, just because I think a lot of them have despawned.
Though I believe MuscleCraft may be out of fire resistance potions.
Yeah, making their way down without that is going to be pretty difficult. They may be collecting blocks right now, I'm not really sure where they are. Now, Keanu is providing cover. Providing cover on the second wall. Actually, yeah, I do see Parker, maybe.
he in the lava?
Parker's also providing cover at the signal. Well, somebody is at the beginning of the map, grabbing some supplies, perhaps. Gramps is heading back from the spawn point. Looks like he may have never set his spawn, or his spawn may have gotten blown up. Yeah, so they're trying to head back down to grab that wool, but some cover fire from MuscleCraft is being pretty bad. Enoon is actually grabbing some supplies.
I feel bad for Hibbs. He actually was having to hold crouch forever because if you're crouching in water and it's pushing you away, you can't move up through water. He got caught by water on the side and pulled out right to the edge of the lane.
Huh.
So he was stuck there until he had someone come and take his stuff.
And his pinky's killing him.
Yeah, so it does look like Enoon is now taking the advice that I was giving a little bit ago. He's grabbing, he's going to be grabbing some of this iron and diamonds.
Like
and actually Gramps is grabbing the iron blocks that they didn't have before.
Yeah, it looks like they're both doing supply runs right now.
Which is smart. I think they're going to need, I think especially the CBs will need some supplies very soon if they want to make their way back down and grab the green wool. Okay, but Enoon...
Was there any discussion from MuscleCraft as to whether or not they have any fire resistance potions left? Because I checked the chest and there weren't any there.
Yeah, I think they're out. They're wanting blocks at this point. It sounds like they're going to have to do it the hard way. Actually, anything's the hard way at that place now.
Yeah. It's already the hard way. Yeah, Enoon definitely grabbing a bunch of iron. He will probably grab some of this diamond too.
Oh, more trash talk, I think.
Oh man. The mobs are just destroying both these teams right now.
You know, I'm actually kind of noticing it. The tops aren't actually lit up too well for either team.
Yeah, I don't think either one expected to have it go on this long. That and they're starting to run out of supplies on both sides, I believe.
This is just about now the longest match we've had.
Keanu is standing right on the edge. Yeah, okay, he's finally noticed there were some skeletons right behind him, and if any of them started shooting at him, they could have easily knocked him off the edge wearing mostly diamond armor.
Nika. It's just constantly, like, just a scroll of deaths at all times.
Poor Ibis. They're certainly gathering blocks. There's a whole mess of missing stuff back here.
Dodder_dwarf moved to lane number 2.
Enoon taking his time grabbing more supplies. Oh, there's actually some PvP fire at the resource area. Gramps is wearing leather armor though, so he sort of has a leg up. He also has the height advantage. MuscleCraft facing a lot of resistance here. Looks like Enoon has given himself a health potion, splash potion. Gramps building himself a little bit of a barrier, keep himself safe, as he grabs some more diamond and iron.
Dodder_dwarf entered channel.
We're actually seeing a battle taking place at the mines. It might be the first time I've ever seen this happen on this map.
Yeah, I'm watching it too.
We nearly lost that diamond.
Gramps is able to grab a lot of diamonds, but Enoon is been a bit slow to do it. Actually, I didn't see where he went. Creeper action for Ainun. Keanu
playing with fire.
Keanu providing some critical cover on the second wall. They really need that that iron and diamond to make that run.
Gramps is on fire. Apparently there's some lava back there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I think there's a lot of lava source blocks mixed in with the diamonds.
Yeah. Oh, Gramps is carrying all that iron and diamond.
Yeah, I see a lot of diamond.
I actually think he had 2 stacks of, at least 2 stacks of diamond. I think they had 1 singular diamond and 64 diamond, maybe. Because otherwise it would have all stacked together, because I'm seeing 2 separate things of diamond.
Yeah, it's in a safe place, so we should be able to get that.
Although he may be facing some PvP action.
Hopefully you can make it back that, because that's a lot of good stuff. Unless he just manually has 2 stacks.
I think he may have stored the iron, because I don't see any in his set.
A little bit of single character action from a ref and one of the players. Ooh. Ibs blew up.
I saw that, and I think I heard that.
That was near the beginning of the map, I think.
Dodder_dwarf moved to lane number
I'm
1.
not sure where exactly. Very long match today. It's been going for, by my count, about an hour, almost an hour and a half. Which is that the longest match that we've seen so far in this tournament?
Yeah, I think we had one that was about an hour and 20 minutes, and that was it. I think that was the second or third.
Well, a half hour is plenty of time to get down and grab this wool, but Keanu, with a very steady bow, providing a lot of suppressing fire. He has a very good spot. He's got good armor, and oh, another attempt to grab those wools failed. Yeah, Keanu holding it down. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold it down for another half hour, but if they do, we may be seeing some more some cannon battles by the victory monuments, which will be very interesting because those are way high up off the ground. I actually kind of would like to see that.
It's also possible that MuscleCraft may have exhausted their TNT supplies.
That's true. That's true. I've seen a lot more cannon action from MuscleCraft, so I would say they're probably more prepared to improvise cannons in that eventuality. But yeah, you're right. They may have exhausted their TNT supply. I actually kind of want to take a look.
Yeah, I'm checking through some of the chests they have, and I'm not seeing any.
Oh, I see it. I see a ghost opening chests.
That would be me.
I bet Keanu actually has some on him. He's had this I don't think he's died since he ran the wool dungeon, and he definitely had a bunch of TNT on him at the time. So I'm willing to bet that he still has some. Enough for a little cannon. Solitary Wolf still having problems trying to get back to that wall.
He's not going to get in there without supplies.
I agree. Now Gramps is making his way back down. I think he has grabbed his supplies at this point. He's wearing a leather armor, which he was wearing before. He's got... hard to say, actually. Trying to look for any clues, because I don't know where exactly the his supplies dropped. For those who might be wondering on the stream, the commentators and the referees are using a plugin that makes them invisible to the players, and we also won't push the players around or anything, so You don't need to fret about the fact that I'm sort of running around in close quarters with the players. I'm not going to push them off ledges or anything.
If you're hit with an arrow, it'll appear that you get hit with an arrow, but on their perspective and the server perspective, it'll shoot through you and then hit their objective on the other side.
Right.
Or whatever they were aiming at. So any arrow hits on us are just cosmetic.
Well, Gramps still making his way down. He may be trying to grab more diamond, but I'm not really sure. Oh, he's smelting a bunch of iron right now. For some reason, only using a single... Okay, never mind. He's only smelting 3 iron. He may have actually lost all the supplies. I'm guessing he's smelting 3 iron in order to be able to grab more diamond ore. 30 minutes remaining in the match is the official word. Very interesting match. Yep, looks like Gramps is now crafting his iron pickaxe. Gonna be collecting a new supply of diamonds. See if he can do it without getting burned in lava this time.
I hope the teams know what happens when we run out of time. That way they can prepare. It's probably the time to tell them if they are unaware.
Actually, Gramps has crafted a diamond pickaxe. Iron wasn't enough for him, apparently, to grab. Personally, I think that's probably a bit of a waste of 3 diamond, because the iron will do the job just fine. And the diamond armor is so much better. But he is grabbing plenty of diamond right now. Nika's coming down to help him, actually. Or he may actually just be grabbing some of those supplies. Yep, looks like that's what's happening. So yeah, Gramps handing off some supplies to Nika, and he's already wearing full iron armor, maybe crafting some diamond armor for himself too. No. So Nika may be now going for his run on... Yeah, going for his run on that second wall. Huh. Wow. Enoon down in the mines getting shot by Nika. Just a single shot did it.
Yeah, Nika is a really good arrow PvPer.
Yeah, but Enoon also must have been damaged to take one shot to kill him. But it looks like he wasn't carrying anything too vital, just some PvP supplies. He may have been grabbing some blocks, but he's having a hard time even just grabbing those diamond and iron that he needs.
Yes. Yeah, Solitary Wolf is still trying to plug up this section, and I think he's just waiting for supplies.
I'm not exactly sure what Nick is doing here. He's grabbing some, or dropping off some diamond for Gramps. I'm not. Yeah, he's giving some diamond back to Gramps for some reason. I'm not sure why. Gramps is doing some crafting, so it looks like he may be putting together a set of armor for himself. And I'm willing to bet that Nika and Gramps are going to make their attempt together to grab that second wool, despite the cover fire from MuscleCraft.
I feel like over time, the skins, if they could be customized this way, should become more ragged. Because that's how I feel both these teams are at this point. They're scrapping together different things, just trying to survive.
This is interesting. I'm actually seeing Keanu now back towards the mines, He's wearing that the full diamond, and he may be trying to grab more supplies, leaving that post at the second wall, since he doesn't see anyone there.
I think Gramps may be heading out.
Yeah, I think Keanu's gonna need to get back there if he wants to provide any suppressing fire. He apparently there's a mushroom egg somewhere on the map, and he's created the mushroom in order to grab some mushroom stew. A bit of a arrow battle between Keanu and Nika. But Nika's actually both of them are disengaging.
Watching Gramps right now run across the dirt bridge here at the beginning of the map in full diamond. Diamond sword too.
Now MuscleCraft's maybe a little bit out of position to defend. No, actually, Parker is in position to send some arrows across. May be able to hold down the fort at the second wall.
Solitaire and Gramps are meeting at the end of the water section.
Yeah, and he's passing off a bunch of diamond armor.
Nice.
He's
So
vomiting
full
armor.
Wow, full diamond armor for both Solitary and Gramps. I think this is gonna be enough to do it. It's awful hard to kill someone wearing full diamond armor. Of course, there is still plenty of lava in this area. Oh, actually, no, there's not too much anymore. Yeah, there's actually very little. Although, okay, so apparently the I need to get out of here. Apparently the spawners are lit up pretty well, but there is actually enough on the opposite side of the bedrock wall from the spawners at the bottom of the second wall. There's enough room for mobs to spawn, so there are going to be some mob spawns down there.
But it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad.
Right, but cave spiders could actually lower their health enough that other mobs are able to finish them off. And creepers.
They're being very aggressive here on the second one.
But they're also facing a lot of arrow fire. Pretty accurate arrow fire from Parker and somebody else. Or is it just Parker?
2 blocks does not make a wall.
Yeah.
Looks like he's throwing angry words at him. It's a perfect defense.
We have a zombie dance.
Okay. Gramps and Solitary may be blocking off in order to wait a little bit. Nope, they're actually going for it now. Solitary and Gramps making good progress towards that second wall.
And where they are right now, they're
Oh.
safe, so they may wait and... Ooh, and Nika
The
showed up
suppressing
at the nick of
fire was
time.
just
Nice.
shot down in the nick of time. Oh,
I see what you did there. Oh yeah, they're
There
taking a
goes
whole bunch of
Gramps.
supplies they have stored in there.
Looks like they were... Oh, I see. Gramps may have just eaten some zombie flesh. But no big deal.
And Gramps is heading ahead, and Solitary seems to be staying behind.
He's wearing full diamond armor, and he's got a lot of cover, so I wouldn't be surprised if Gramps can make it alone. But again...
He's gonna have to splat to get down or place some blocks. There's not really a
Yeah,
safe way down, I can see.
he may have just dropped some water? I'm not sure.
No, he's just digging down.
No, just... Okay. He's starting to face those
Tears
cave
coming through
spiders
his
now,
helmet.
though. I think he's gonna have to kill those.
He might just walk on top of the little
I
built
don't
hut.
think you can get... He's going to need to go down a bit to get to the wool. But yeah, he's just going to bridge over and then dig down. The cave spiders actually can see him from there, though. He needs to be real careful. Yeah, he's going to have to do something about these cave spiders, I think. Looks like he is taking care of them now.
They're trying to. Looks like they may be glitchy on him.
Oh.
They just realized they have a piece of green wool there ready for them to be grabbed.
Yep. Yeah, there are actually several pieces of green wool placed down on the ground.
Alright, so they have
This
one
creeper
piece
could
of green
blow
wall.
up.
Oh.
That'd be pretty bad.
Oh, that might have done it.
Did he? So he grabbed the piece
grabbed
of
Yeah,
green wool?
he got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he just needs to make his way back up.
Now, this is the only one they have, so they can't lose it.
Yeah.
He seems to be waiting. I don't know what for. Maybe to make sure the coast is clear.
He was poisoned by spiders, so he may be waiting for his health to recover.
Or for maybe Solitary to come down and take it from him.
Now there's some more arrow fire from Parker and Keanu. They're trying desperately not to let the CBs get back up with that wool.
So where's Nika gone? He was doing a lot of counter suppression.
Okay, Solitary Wolf has continued along. Now he's going back down for some reason. Huh, I'm not sure why.
Maybe to get an extra emergency wool.
No, it's not going all the way back down. Okay, making his way back up. Little tower.
It's still pretty nasty on the way out, too.
Yeah. There's a little bit of lava. It's turning into nighttime now.
I mean, the rung above where they're at has a lot of mobs on it.
Yeah, a couple. Some creepers and stuff. MK asking for a sleep pact between both teams.
I doubt it's going to happen. Slaughter's having some mob troubles.
Now Solitary Wolf is able to make it back to the Victory Monument with this wool. That will mean victory for the CBs.
Now, did Gramps go back down to try and get another one?
I didn't see him. I don't believe so.
He is heading back up now, but he's pretty far behind. He may have picked up another. Oh, someone used the gas tag.
There's gas in the middle.
That was their answer to the night problem.
If there's any time, now is the time. If there's any chance that the gas could blow up that wool. "20 minutes are left, but I don't think this match is going to last 20 minutes. I don't think this match is going to last 5 minutes."
Maybe 5. They still have to get it back.
Yeah, they're also wearing diamond armor. We'll see. Gas is starting to fire, though.
Looks like it's about to backfire.
Yeah. I saw a fishing lure make its way across. Oh no, sorry, that's not a fishing lure. That's some sort of poison potion.
Yeah, it's really hard to hit across the lanes with those. You could like maybe be at the top and then hit someone at the very bottom. That's about it.
Yeah. Steve is such a wimpy thrower.
I love how if you're running forward, you'll actually like toss it in your face.
Really?
Yeah, it's that bad.
That's pretty silly. Okay, well, Solitary Wolf making his way out of the marsh. I don't see too many obstacles. They do still have to cross that dirt bridge. It looks like MuscleCraft is making their way back. If they can knock Solitary Wolf off of the bridge, that will actually cause some delay. Although it's not so hard to retrieve it from the bottom of the chasm because there are actually staircases down to the bottom and back up from the bottom. But he's crossed the bridge. Probably not going to have too much of a difficulty making his way up the Victory Monument here.
Number 1.
Yeah, even if he dies there, they'll just pick it up and...
Right. Okay, he's placing down a block of green wall.
That's their only block of green wall.
Yeah. It looks like they're going to try and build some fortifications to get that block up. No, actually Solitary is picking it back up. I think he's going to tower straight up.
Yeah, he should be pretty safe behind them. They don't have any wide angles on him, so they probably can't even see him.
If somebody could see this, they would. It'd probably. Which I think they would just be trying to shoot him off once he gets up to the top. Might work.
He may be able to just pop out the fence and get there.
He's actually pillaring up completely safely. He's building fortifications as he goes up. Oh no. No, he can just pop the fence out here. I don't. Pretty close. There it is.
There we go. Awesome game.
Long game, but quite excellent. Good strategies from both teams. So in the finals, we're gonna see the Caulk Blockers versus Whiskey Brigade.
It's gonna be a great match.
Dyer _
Yeah.
dwarf entered channel.
Wow.
Yeah.
They were on the edge of their seats the entire time they were making their way towards the Victory Monument.
So was I.
Yeah, I think everyone was. That was just very slow progress. that the last hour of that match towards getting that second wool for the CBs.
They were
all
kind of like
terrified.
trading blow for blow. Like one team would go for supplies, the other team was actually going for supplies. They were just very well matched in that regard.
Yeah.
All the refs were terrified it was going to end in a tie. No one ever feels good about that, even the winning team.
I thought it would have been kind of entertaining to see the cannon fire going back and forth to try and destroy the.
I
Victory
suspect
Monument.
MuscleCraft may have been out of TNT by then.
Yeah,
I
they
still think
just
Cannon
found
probably
it.
had some. Okay.
Yeah, they had literally just stumbled across them as they were making their run, trying to get back through the second dungeon to get the green wool out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think MuscleCraft was pretty capable of building a cannon up there. Like they proved that they were pretty good at building cannons. So if they had a little bit more time, they may have actually had been able to build a cannon and slowed them down a bunch. But that's not how things worked out.
Let me go grab a couple of spokesmen. I guess we'll do an interview.
Sure.
Dyer _ dwarf moved to lobby.
Yeah, I kind of think that that MuscleCraft must have given up on the lava and were just waiting out the match, and that's why they had so many people covering the second wool and grabbing supplies. They were planning on the match lasting the full 2 hours and trying to break the tie at the end. Although without any TNT, that would have been pretty hard. But I'm not sure they saw any other options.
Yeah, those pigmen really were quite the trouble.
And building a bridge up and over might have worked, but it also would have taken quite a long time, and especially with the arrow fire from MK, very difficult. Okay. Well, for those of you who joined the match late and didn't hear, this is Arcane Realms. The Caulk Blockers have just beat Whiskey Brigade.
I'm going to
Sorry.
drag them on in.
Not Whiskey
no
Brigade. MuscleCraft. Yeah. Okay.
MK 325.
Even you locked in
We
the
have
second wall is
MK
all we
and
had.
Parker.
Parker P.
Hey.
Greetings.
By Dyer
Hello.
_ dwarf.
Good game.
All right.
Absolutely.
That was an extremely intense game.
We were hoping to push it out to the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, because like you guys stopped going for third, so we assumed that you wanted to tie it up.
Yep.
Now, at the 2-hour mark, it would have been a matter of who was able to essentially destroy the other team's victory monument first.
Oh.
So, okay, you guys didn't realize that, I guess.
Yeah.
We just knew that we had to get all the wolves we had on there at 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it becomes a sudden death sort of thing. Whoever, if at any point one team has more wool than the other, then that team will win immediately.
Mm.
So, it looks like there may have been some confusion about that,
Yeah.
but it didn't come to that.
I don't think I've seen a match hit 2 hours, so it's never been.
Yeah, this has been the longest match in Reddit Minecraft tournament history, I believe.
Yes.
And like,
Okay.
especially of the ones that are, entertaining throughout the full time.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
there was
been
stuff to
intense the
watch
entire
during the
time.
entire match.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch when Anun was running third wool, and he was like sneaking, so I couldn't see him?
I know that you shot him a couple times doing the lava wall. Assuming that's the one you mean. I think it's orange, right?
Yeah, like he was almost down there too, and I saw him out of the corner of my eyes, and I freaked out.
I'm sure that was frustrating for him,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was.
along with the pigmen.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm kind of curious for MuscleCraft what the process was for dealing with the third wool. When did you start to have doubts? What was your how did your plan
after-
evolve over the course of the
After
match?
Well, Afternoon died the second time, which was when he had. I'm trying to remember exactly what he had. After he died, he lost all of our potions, all of our fire resist potions. So the goal was to just gather blocks, and everybody kept dying in places where they lost all of their blocks. So at some point in time, Keanu and I switched over to just bows and arrows to keep solitary off of second wool as long as possible. We were going to try and push it out to the 2-hour mark and make it a go-no-go situation.
Now, CB seemed to have a plan to get the orange wool really quickly, and that seemed to go very well. I think, I think it was Nika who just blitzed straight down and probably
stormed the castle.
Yeah, within the first 5 minutes he had it, and then he passed it around the corner and then hopped off the edge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Similarly, though, MuscleCraft had an excellent strategy for grabbing the first wool.
Yeah.
Involving TNT and water. Whose idea was that?
Friendly advice.
Friendly advice. Okay.
Friendly advice.
Whiskey Brigade.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I actually had someone in chat mention that.
Okay. Well, for those of you who didn't see that, you should go back and check out the live stream archive footage, because it was quite an excellent tactic to grab that wool without going through the dungeon. I'm sure the map. Well, I'm not. The map might be modified at some point to deal with that, but it was definitely an excellent usage of the map artifacts to do that.
Now, I'm wondering though, do you guys know what set off your lava to start updating? Did someone misplace a dirt block or something up there?
On our side?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think there was the goal is to update the lava and swim through.
Oh,
okay, so that was intentional.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we do that intentionally. We don't. It's not an accident.
Yeah,
The goal is to swim through and crouch through so we don't get seen.
We were going to update your lava, but
Would have helped.
I don't want to give too much away, but our plans kind of got messed up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. We eventually ran out of TNT, so we couldn't keep bombing second wool.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of cannon fire going on at second wool. It didn't look to me like it did any critical damage, though. What was your intention with that cannon?
Well, eventually Keanu was trying to do a depth charge, which was going to hit the second layer and blow out the blocks that block all the mobs from dropping. And I think he did it once or twice, which raised the amount of mobs on that second floor ridiculously high.
Yeah, I remember them talking about that.
When I was first starting it, though, it was trying to kill them as they were running the first level.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Now, MuscleCraft, you guys did a really good job at positioning yourself in the second wool area on all the different floors, basically just doing a full coverage of it as you're trying to hold them down.
Yeah.
Was that practiced, or is that something you guys just kind of worked out?
Just kind of worked out.
I don't think anything in this match was really practiced.
Yeah.
I think on both sides,
the
quite a few
cannons
things went wrong.
The cannons were practiced, and I eventually got all of the diamonds. Eventually.
Wow.
I kept getting shot on the way.
Which one of you punched the pig man?
I kept punching a pigman over
You're
and over and over
horrible.
again. I sat there and just made them angry. I was in a spot they couldn't get to me, so I just kept punching them over and over and over again to keep them mad at me, so that they didn't bother anyone else as they ran by.
Yeah, well, they got a little bit aggro on me and Nick.
Good. That's what it was for. You're lucky we didn't get to implement a plan at the volcano that we had come up with Whiskey Brigade. If we had used that, it probably would have been terrifying and horrible.
So, we have the finals coming up quick. I'm supposing it'll be next weekend, right?
Yeah, and I'll be camping that weekend, so I won't be able to watch live.
Oh.
I think it may not actually be during the weekend.
Ah.
We'll have to see how the scheduling works out, though.
I think we planned it ahead already. Like, Chad asked us to plan every possible outcome for the finals beforehand. And I think Whiskey Brigade and us have a time for next Sunday. Maybe even
Very
Saturday,
cool.
I don't remember.
Well, I'm already looking forward to it. It should be a good battle.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, MuscleCraft, do you have anything else to say? You guys fought very, very well.
It's a fantastic game. And
Well,
I believe at some point in
congratulations.
time we're supposed to have a throwdown with Dwarven Ninjas on BOA. Some point in time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, can't forget about that.
That's actually a good idea. I might do that this week.
Cause you need something for Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, congratulations to the Caulk Blockers. You're moving on to the finals, and I expect it to be a good match. So I think I'm going to end my stream here. I don't know about Dire Dwarf or Detroit, but I would love to thank Mind Toys, the sponsor for the tournament, CoStar for the use of his server, the refs, the stream mods, everyone who helped make this happen, both of the teams. And thanks for a great game.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I end my stream here. Thanks for watching.
Okay.
Thank you very much.